Hi everyone. So now it is with the module 3, that is the continuation of open channel flow from module 2. So it will start from specific energy. So what we have discussed with the previous videos, that is from module 2, it's all about uniform flow, and module 3, that is what you are having module 2 and module 3, it's all about open channel flow. So module 2, what you have discussed with all the complete 10 videos, it's about uniform flow. Now it is in this video, it's about the module 3 continuation, open channel flow continuation, that is about non-uniform flow. So before going to the non-uniform flow, we have to discuss a few of the important concept, that is specific energy of the flowing liquid. The specific energy of the flowing liquid may be defined as the energy per unit weight with respect to the datum passing through the bottom of the channel as shown in figure. So we can see here there is an open channel flow, the water which is flowing, and we can see here it has been inclined. That says that the water which is flowing, it is due to the gravitational force, and we can see that how the height will be measured. So where we are having the datum line, or what we can say the baseline, so from that till the bottom of the channel will be measured as z. We'll say that will be as datum head represents, it is the height. So the height between the bottom of the channel and the baseline will be represented as z, and that will be called as datum head. And we can see here the bottom of the channel and the surface level of the channel will be measured as h. So what that height will be measured as h, we'll say that will be as potential head. It is nothing but where the water which is flowing from the free surface till the bottom of the channel. What we can say, it is the depth of the water which is flowing. And we can see the upper line that indicates v square by 2g, that is the specific energy line that represents where the water which is open to atmosphere. That is nothing but there is a pressure of atmospheric which is on the free surface. So we can say that, so here the comprise of datum head, potential head and kinetic head, these three are the total energy line. But if you are saying in terms of mathematically the specific energy line, which is having only the potential energy and the kinetic energy, so in mathematically it will be called as E is equal to h plus v square by 2g. So E is the specific energy. It is nothing but the energy of flowing fluid. Maybe it will be calculated per unit weight of that particular fluid. So E is equal to h plus v square by 2g. So H represents the potential energy, and ek represents, ep is potential energy. So if you want to find out what is specific energy, it is ep plus ek. ep is h, that is the potential energy, plus ek is kinetic energy, that is v square by 2g. And we can see here E is equal to h plus v square by 2g can be written as E is equal to h plus q square by 2g h square. So how it will be written? We can see here the velocity will be calculated by, and we can apply the continuity equation. We know that q is equal to av, and here the capital letter Q represents, it is the discharge, and small letter q represents discharge per unit width. So area, just assume the channel is rectangle and the area will become b into h. So if we are saying q by b into h, and if we are assuming that it is unit width, then q by b will represent by small letter q. Then v can be substituted as small letter q by small letter h. So small letter q is discharge per unit width and small letter h is the height. So here we can see that what you are having, h plus q square by 2g h square, that is written from h plus v square by 2g. Then ep is h and ek is q square by 2g h square. So this is the formula should be remembered when asking you particularly on specific energy concept. So now here the figure represents the specific energy curve. So we know that specific energy is the summation of potential energy and the kinetic energy. And what we are discussing now, the specific energy, it is belongs to the module 3, that is the non-uniform flow. There will be of some variations with respect to the alternative depths. And we can see here how the specific energy is moving or the changing part. and that will be represented in terms of different height. H2 is the bigger one and H1 is the smaller height, and we can see there is a parabolic curve. So EK represents here what you are having q square by 2g h square, that represents it is about v square by 2g, that says that it is a kinetic head or the kinetic energy, and the potential energy, which is a 45-degree line, it is just a 45-degree line, that is EP is equal to h. So in that part the specific energy curve will change to be like this. You will get a parabolic curve, that is BCDE. So what you are having, the kinetic head and the potential head, if it's just sum up that, you will get the parabolic curve like this, and the bigger height will be measured as, that is from B point will be as h2, that is in the y-axis it is the depth, and in the x-axis it is about the specific energy. So when the depth is increases, the specific energy will be decreases, it is vice versa. So the same way now, h1 is the minimum depth, that is at point D, it will be as h1, and we can see that where the curve which has been changed, the cross that part has been changed, we'll say that will be as C, and it is in between h1 and h2, we'll say that will be as hc represents the critical depth. So when the critical depth is will occur, so the depth of water at the section where the specific energy is minimum. So we should be very remember that here we have the I value at B, I value at D, but where it has minimum, it is exactly at point C where you'll get the parabolic curve. So you should be very careful, and in the exam they may ask you to express the relationship between critical depth or the critical velocity. So critical depth is nothing but the depth of water at which where the specific energy is minimum is called as critical depth. So this can be find out in terms of equations, mathematical equation. That is, if you want to get the critical depth, differentiate the specific energy with respect to height, that is dE by dH is equal to 0, then E is equal to, we know E is equal to h plus v square by 2g, or we can say E is equal to h plus q square by 2g h square. So v square can be replaced as q square by h square. So now just substitute that d by dh as d by dh into h plus q square by 2g h square. Then if you differentiate h plus q square by 2g h square in with respect to dh, then you'll get h plus q square by 2g into h to the power of minus 2. So that you'll get as 1 plus q square by 2g into minus 2 by h cube, or we can say that 2 will get cancelled, so minus is there. If you send to the other side, 1 is equal to q square by g into h cube, or q square by h square into 1 by gh. So q square by h square can be written as v square, so v square by gh, or we can say that v square is equal to q square by, so we have 1 is equal to v square by gh, or v square is equal to gh, but we want h, so we can say h is equal to v square by g. So this can be written as in terms of h and v. Since the flow is assumed to be critical, therefore the depth is critical. And if you're saying the velocity will be as critical velocity, that will occur only when the critical depth occurs. So when the critical depth occurs, the depth of flow where it is moving when the specific energy is minimum. So we can write that h will become hc and v will become vc. So hc is equal to v square by g. So or vc is equal to square root of g into hc. So we know that hc into g is equal to vc square, or you can write that square, if you are sending to the other side, it will become square root, then vc is equal to square root of g into hc. Then for minimum specific energy, E minimum is equal to hc plus vc square by 2g. Then hc plus vc square can be written as, so we know vc is equal to square root of ghc, or vc square is equal to g into hc. So hc plus g into hc by 2g, so gg will get cancelled, hc plus hc by 2, so E minimum is equal to 1.5 times of hc. As well, we know the relationship, that is v is equal to q by h, or vc is equal to q by hc. So just substitute that hc is equal to vc square by g as q by hc whole square by g. So now you will get hc is equal to q square by g into hc square, or hc cube is equal to q square by g, or hc is equal to q square by g to the power of 1 by 3. So this is very important steps to be remembered It is a compulsory question. When they ask you for specific energy, they ask you the relationship between critical depth, critical velocity, and minimum specific energy. So these to be remember the points which is very important in the non-uniform flow, whether they ask you in terms of specific energy and specific energy curve, or they ask you the relationship between critical depth, critical velocity, and the specific minimum specific energy. So next is the numericals that we can discuss in the next class. Thank you.